Test, a test was made some years ago. A mirror was put in a very prominent public place. And the test was to see if men or women looked at themselves more. I felt it was an unnecessary test. I could have told them that women looked at themselves more. But unfortunately, the test proved otherwise. We all look to see ourselves. We all like to look in the mirror, except one, the Word of God. We don't like to look in that because it reveals us as sinners, horrible, lost sinners. And that concludes that section. Now we move on to section verses 9 through 11. Verse 9. For I was alive without the law once, but when the commandment came, sin revived, and I died. And the law is a ministry of condemnation. The law can do nothing but condemn us. Verse 10, and the commandment which was ordained to life I found to be unto death. Oh, the tragedy of the person who seeks to live by the law. It does not lead him to life. While it is true that law had said, this do, and thou shalt live, see Deuteronomy chapter 8 and verse 1, the doing of it was the difficulty. The fault was not in the law, but in the one who taught the law would bring life and power. It did neither. It merely revealed the weakness, inability, and the sin of mankind. If there had been a law which could have been given, God would have given it. See Galatians chapter 3 and verse 21. But life and Christian living do not come by the law. Let me illustrate this. A car is a very useful thing, but a car in the hands of an incapable driver can be a damage and a menace. It's interesting, he said a new car. They admitted the new car part in the commentary. In fact, it can be a death dealing instrument. The fault is not with the car, the fault is with the driver. The problem is man, he is the culprit. We don't need gun control, we need man control. It's interesting, the commentary eliminates the comment about gun control. Apparently, I guess Nelson, Thomas Nelson Publishing in Nashville, wants to be politically correct. But J. Vernon McGee's like me, he just takes it the way it is. And the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. We don't need gun control, we need man control. Put the men in jail, not the guns. Verse 11. For sin, taking occasion by the commandment, deceived me, and by it slew me. Sin is personified again here, and it is a tempter. Sin tempts every man outside the Garden of Eden relative to himself and God. In the Garden of Eden, Satan made him believe that God could not be trusted and that man was able to become God with a little g apart from God. Sin, like a Pied Piper, leads the children of men into believing that they can keep the law and that God is not needed. This is the false trial that he has been talking about, which leads to death. It was ordained to life. Paul says, and he found it led him to death. Sin at last will kill, for the law did bring the knowledge of sin, and man is without excuse. Again, the difficulty is not with the law, but with